Okay guys, I'm going to do a little work on the 66 Dodge pickup. There's two things that I found out after I got it running. The cooling system has gravel or sand or something in it, and the radiator was full of it. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've removed the radiator. Let me take this loose. And I removed the radiator and took it over to be cleaned. So just raise this up, I'll show you. So as you can see, right here is where the radiator would go. It's gone. And so at some point I'm going to have to flush it out. I'm going to remove this neck here, take the thermostat out, and force water down through here. Hopefully it'll go through all these hoses and it will exit down here where that red rag is. And so I got to get that cleaned out, and the radiator, I got to get it back from where it's being cleaned. And then the second thing is I inspected the brakes and bearings in the front, and so I'm going to be removing the tires on both sides, and I got to pull the drums, and I'm going to have the drums mounted to the hubs, new drums. I got some new ones, and one of these wheels has left-handed studs and nuts. I'm going to convert that. I'm going to do both sides, put new studs and right-handed nuts on both sides. So I'm going to get these get it jacked up and jack standed, and get these tires off, and I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. Thanks. Yeah, I wish I had another set of hands. I got the tires off, stowed them underneath the truck. And I would like to show you what I'm going to do here, but I only have, two hands. So basically I'm going to try to pop this dust cover off. And I got a box over here to put my parts in, so I keep them separated. In here is a new drum. I'll show you that in a minute. And in here are the new studs. These studs right here and nuts. I'll show you that. But basically I've got to get this cotter pin out. And there's a little metal thing that goes over a large nut that's in there, and once I have that off, I can unscrew it and pull out the outer bearing and get the drum off. So I gotta have both hands, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, quickly, I got the drum off, and the drum has two components. This is the new drum, and it is just the drum with the surface in here that the brake shoes go up against, but you can see there's nothing in this hole. On this drum, there's a hub in here, and if you look at that, that is what holds your outer and your inner bearing and seal. And these studs right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are pressed in, and they hold that hub in place. I have got new studs and new lug nuts to go back on these. As long as I'm taking it apart, I'm gonna put it back, with newer stuff, so it'll be easier to work on next time. So anyway, I'm gonna have to take these new drums. I've got one for both sides, and these old ones, and take them over to a shop and have these studs pressed out, and have the hub cleaned up and pressed back into the new one. So for the moment, that's it. Just by the way, I'm wearing surgical gloves to try to help keep the hands clean. So I'm going to pause for a bit here. Oh, before I go, just to show you, we got the drum off, and there's your brake cylinder, shoes, your return springs, your adjustment piece down there. All that's going to get replaced. I've got all new hardware, and then right up there you can see a rubber hose going up to the body of the truck there. That's a brake line, and I will be cleaning that up. But I'm not going to touch any of that until I have the hubs pressed into the new drums and I'm ready to do the whole job. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, it's Saturday morning. I think it's February 3rd. It's a beautiful day, just beautiful blue sky. Gonna try to get the front brakes on the truck done today. I'm gonna start on the driver's side. I don't do this that often, so I'm gonna do one side at a time so I can refer to the other side if I need to. Down here, I've got my brake hardware kit, brake hose, brake cylinder, and the specialized tools for doing the brakes. I'm going to do put a pan underneath because there's going to be brake fluid that will leak out, and I don't really want to stain up my driveway. So the goal is, let's get this old shoes and cylinder and all that stuff off, clean everything up, and then prepare to install the new equipment. So I'll be back in a while. Okay guys, I got the driver's side finished here. Looks much better than it did. Took me longer than it should have, and I wanted to point a couple of things out that I found on this side. Number one of those springs that holds the shoes onto the backing plate was broken, and then as you can see, this brake line, it looks like it had electrical tape wrapped around it. That's probably never a good idea. And these things were just stiff as hell, and you know, starting to crack anyway, so I'm glad we got that fixed. Now I'm going to go around, and I'm set up to do the passenger side here. Got all my crap out here, and now we're going to do this one, and it's hot over here because the sun's on this side. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, got the job done on the passenger side, and while I was under there, you know, looking at where this brake line was connected, I saw a couple of plugs at the bottom of the block, and I think I told you guys that, you know, this I had to pull the radiator, it had a bunch of gravel in it, and so I went in and pulled those plugs, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of antifreeze right there, but I flushed this thing until both of those bottom plug holes were running clear. So I feel pretty confident now about putting the radiator back in the hoses, and we'll go from there. But anyway, got this done. Maybe tomorrow I will pack the bearings and install the bearings and seals and put this back together and get it set on the ground, and then maybe next weekend I can do the radiator and hoses. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks.